that I have been actively involved in the church ministry for the past 30 years. We are celebrating 57 years anniversary, but since 1990, early 1990, days just after Dr. and Mr. Chi came to our church, soon after that, I started to be involved in many ministry in this church. It is not about me. It is God who has shown His mercy. And also, I want to share with you how the different pastors encouraged me and brought me into the many ministry that I was involved in this church. It is God's faithfulness. Every morning when I get up and sleep, I say, God, thank you for another day. I always tell my patients, I say, if I live until 80 years old, still can walk, still can run, I say I have nothing more to ask. If the Lord want to take me back, I'm very happy, I say 80 years old. I'm not 76, still got 4 more years to go. Dear brother and sister, I stand here to give a testimony, not only as an expression of thanksgiving to God, and also for His faithfulness, but I want to share my spiritual journey with the congregation. I hope in a little way can encourage the younger generation. When I say younger generation, with people who are 40, who are 50, that you consider seriously how you can come into this church, how God will call you to serve Him in different capacity, in different ministry in this church. That is my aim, dear brothers and sisters. In early 1990, there was a time of awakening in my own spiritual life. And that was a time Pastor Andrew was here, all right? I started to be active during the time when Pastor Andrew was a pastor of this church. And soon after that, we had different pastors who came, Pastor Asher Amarasinkan, Pastor Jaya, Pastor Thomas Ching, and then now back to Pastor Andrew again. My ministry time, it started with Pastor Andrew. I will end with Pastor Andrew. Because last year, by the time I was 75 years old, I said, God, there's a time for everything. There's a season for every activity. I want to slow down. I want to do something else in my life. But I'm looking back, brothers and sisters, the 30 years since I was in my early 40s until 70, for 30 years, I was involved in this church in the ministry of finance, missions, evangelism, and preaching, and later on the whole hemodialysis society. I was involved in many things, but it's not about me, brothers and sisters. Again, I say it is God who called and He God who equipped. In 1990, there was a great movement of cell church movement. I still remember very vividly that time Pastor Andrew, our key leader, said, now we are at 30. The time our congregation in the case ceremony was 300. And we are looking for a breakthrough. So the time the church growth international conference in Korea, it was something very exciting that many of us went to South Korea, the Yoido Full Gospel Church, Pastor David Cho Yong-ki. When we went to the church, we discovered this was the largest church in the world, also the smallest church. Because Pastor Cho always say, my church consists of 50,000 small churches, 50,000 cell group at the time. Every cell group is 12 people. So at the time the church congregation is 700,000, all right? And within a span of 60 to 70 years, from one cell group, that church grew to a mega church, all right? We went there and we were just really caught up with the whole vision about how the church could grow in such a fantastic manners. Then we caught the vision about church growth and talk about cell group ministry, dear brothers and sisters. Then I still remember very clearly, Pastor David Cho shared with us about the faith of Abraham, all right? When he and the wife got no children, God said, you are going to have children like the sand in the sea or like the star in the sky. He said, Abraham, every night lie down and sleep, he saw all the stars in the sky like baby face smiling to him, he said, that God promising you'll be father of many nations. So we were so caught up. And we also remember in Proverbs 29:18 said, without vision, my people perish. So we must possess this vision at the time. So we share with all the brothers and sisters, and of course, I'm sure Pastor Andrew was instrumental actually to encourage us we must capture the vision. So we began to attend many conferences in the cell ministry. We went to Faith Community Baptist Church in Singapore, and then went to DUMC for cell church conference 6 or 7 times. We never stopped learning. Every time we went to attend a conference, we always learn something. And after the conference, pastor would gather us in the room saying, okay, you share. What have you learned? What are you going to put into practice? That's how our church leadership, we caught the vision, and we began to be obedient, and we began to get equipped ourselves, and then we began to serve. Dear brother and sister, without vision, without passion, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. So we caught the vision, and we are passionate. And I remember those brothers and sisters, we served together in great unity in heart and spirit. I still remember those early years when Dr. and Mrs. Chi Chin-shan, and Mrs. Gok Pui Lim, Don Chong, Sherry Lim, Gok Pui Lim, Dang Hai Kit, Ellen, and Sadie. These are all the people. We were together. We were available all the time. There was a calling, and we never refused to do. All of us would do. Of course, we learn. Sometimes we make mistakes, but we were together. The friendship that we have, we continue to serve as a team. Until today, we still treasure that relationship with those close brothers and sisters who serve together. So who are the mentor? Who are the person who teach us and guide us and mentor us is nothing other than Pastor Andrew Tan. He took us through the LPL course and teaching us how to preach. I used to joke during my 70th birthday, I told my friends and the congregation, I say, if I don't preach a good sermon, you ask my teacher, not my fault. No, we really appreciate. He guided us, and we went for healing, delivery ministry, marriage counseling. There were many things we did together. We shared the vision. The vision of this church, brothers and sisters, there were 4 things. To disciple every Christian to maturity. I remember I used to take 1 man at a time to my house to go to 12 lessons of this arrival station, those days we used to do for the mentoring. I think more than 10 men, everyone about 3 months. I personally went through with them to disciple them and to evangelize the city of Ipoh. And that few years, we started with a preaching point in Buchan, in Pasipute, in Faith Community, our Faith preaching point actually. And to touch, and then we started the Daybreak and the Hope Hemodialysis Society. Now, not only the church, the leadership, we work together, serve together as a team, we pray together, encourage with one another. I also thank God for the Hope Hemodialysis Society that my board members have been with me for the past 20 over years. Brothers and sisters, where have all the time gone? 20 over years, the faithful brothers and sisters serving with me in the Hope Hemodialysis Society. They are part of the vision for the social, to meet the social needs of our community. And to stand, to be involved in mission. I never forget those days when I was mission chairman. We went to Cambodia for a mission. Pastor Andrew was my dispenser. I was a doctor seeing the patient. He was counting tablets for me. And now it was a great experience. I never forget the mission trip in Cambodia. When I saw the food that I couldn't eat, I remember. Because when the missionary, Esther, the sister there, the missionary, she carried a bucket of food, the fries, swan of fries will follow the food. I looked at it, I said, oh, I said, cannot eat. So she took pity on me. One day she cooked some chicken porridge for me. That was a great time. We were in the mission field, and then we went to Sarawak. Dear brothers and sisters, I learned a lot. There were times, there were things that now I look back, I could have done better. But God is faithful. God continued to guide me. And 5 years ago, I had my cancer of colon. So I told my surgeon, I said, I'm going to retire already. So this surgeon is my daughter's classmate anyhow. She said, Uncle, you cannot retire. I got a share in your clinic, he said. So I continue to work, all right? I continue to work. I still continue to serve after my colon cancer, all right? So I want to say this, God who gave me the strength. He gave me the health. Dear brothers and sisters, in conclusion, I just want to appreciate Pastor Andrew Tan. I want to say this, even if he is not here, I will tell you. He has been a friend. He has been an encourager. He has been a teacher. He has been a mentor. Above all, he is our shepherd. I can't say more than that. I'm sure all of you will share with me the same feeling for our pastor, that we saw God's faithfulness through his life. We still thank you very much, Pastor Andrew, and thank you all the brothers and sisters who serve together with me. God bless you. Thank you.